and welcome to the Rest is Football with Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker. Mike is struggling with his back a little bit, so he's having treatment. So we've given him the morning off because we're doing this we're doing this on Thursday morning after the Champions League games. And Alan's got a smile on his face.
I wonder why.
Newcastle, good performance. Needed that.
Yeah.
You've got to win those games, haven't you, against, let's say, inverted commas, the weaker sides in the competition.
Yeah, my son was there and saying it was a brilliant atmosphere. Played it in Brussels, or went into Brussels, and of course, but it was Newcastle's best performance of the season, I think. Elanga, Voltemade, and Gordon, I thought they were a massive threat for the vast majority of the game, and it was a performance and a result that they needed because they haven't quite clicked as yet. I mean, they were brilliant against Liverpool when they had the 10 men. I mean, the result wasn't great, but the performance, I thought, with 10 men was superb, but they hadn't quite clicked, and I'm hoping that sort of sets them away for the season now, Newcastle.
You must be encouraged, Alan, by Voltemade's start, because
brilliant.
He's a young man. He's young. He's big centre forward, obviously, and he come in. He's big boots to fill. And with Alexander Isak losing, and he's more than just. I mean, he's scored headers and stuff so far, but he's got a nice touch, hasn't he? Nice feel. I like it. I like the look of his movement. So it must be really encouraging for you and the Newcastle fans.
Yeah, I like what I've seen at the minute. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone has to adjust. I think because they've been used to playing a certain way, and I think with this guy, it's slightly different. He is a target man, and you can bring him into play maybe a lot more than you could with Alex, and that ball over the top, I think, for him might not be on as much. He needs crosses into the box, obviously, and I think they've took their time to get the balance right. But that I thought last night was the perfect way to play when you've got him, when you've got two flying machines as wingers, and Elanga and Gordon. And I thought the balance last night between the three of them, and with him getting another goal, I mean, that's 3 goals he's got now. Yeah. A clever little goal, I didn't realise that it was him that had the flick until the replay.
First time, until the replay, and then you go, it's nicked another little goal.
It's clever, wasn't it? It wasn't a fluke, and you could see what he was trying to do. So, I'm and everyone else, I think, who supports Newcastle will be encouraged by what they've seen with him. And when you consider they've still got Wissa to come back in, hopefully after the international break, then I'm hoping that result last night will kickstart them into getting a few good results now.
So you also settled in quickly. You mentioned him twice so far. Anthony Elanga, I thought he was exceptional.
He's rapid, isn't he? I mean, oh my God, he's like incredibly quick. It's unbelievable how quick he is. So
particularly if you've got, I mean, we saw it with Forest a lot last season. If there will be games where you've got to play a little bit deeper, particularly in the Champions League, I think. And that electric pace on the counter-attack is going to be invaluable.
Yeah, I think when teams are attacking Newcastle, then that's when Newcastle could be at their most dangerous with the turnover once they get the ball to look to him. And I think, when he's facing you 1v1, when he's up against you, then you're in trouble if he's if it's a race to it, because you are not beating him for pace. And when you look at the options. They've got him on the right side and they've got Murphy on the right side. On the left, they've got Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon. And up top now, they've got Voltemade and obviously Wissa when he comes back into the team. So I think that's very, very decent going forward. Absolutely, I'm quite happy with that. And it's been a tough summer for Newcastle. So it was always going to be tough, I think, to find their feet. And hopefully that's the result that sets them on the way this season.
Yeah, and also I think the fact that, and thankfully there's good news on Tino Livramento, because I'm really worried that might be crucial. But it looks like it's only going to, I say only, it's a long time for any football to have to miss football, but a couple of months, doesn't it? That's good news. Good news for Newcastle and good news for him, and it's what we want to see. Nobody likes to seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, from a Newcastle point of view, and I guess it's pretty selfish, I know, because he would be involved with England as well, but with international breaks coming up, then you've got one this month and you've got one next month also in November. So in terms of him missing football matches, hopefully it's not as many as you would be when you're out for 2 months and there's no international break. So, yeah, it looked nasty, didn't it? When he fell, I automatically thought straight away, because I think he had that cruciate injury at Southampton as well, didn't he? And I thought straight away, oh no, it doesn't look good. Yeah, you're right. I mean, 2 months is a long time to miss, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm hoping that it's not a bad one. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, especially with the World Cup coming up, because he's got himself in the squad. So
correct. Yeah, and he's a very, very good player.
One last question on Newcastle, Al. I think, are Newcastle United a better team without Alexander Isak?
You flip that to me now because Big Meeks is not here.
Yeah.
By the way, did you say he's got a bad back?
Apparently so. He's back. He's got emergency treatment this morning.
Okay. He's getting treatment. I was going to say he could lie down and do it on his bed, or he's having treatment. Okay, we'll let him off. That's fine.
We'll let him off that one.
All right. Are they a better team? Maybe not yet, but they might be.
You never know. I mean, he's not had a brilliant start. I mean, I know he's got the one goal, but it takes time settling in. But yeah, so
well, especially when you haven't kicked a ball for 2 or 3 months. It's like he hadn't, or longer, I guess, because of what happened in the summer.
Yeah, he's playing catch up.
You're not going to see the best of Isak at Liverpool for another 2 or 3 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, I would think that's probably true. Manchester City let it slip. Haaland again, Alan. I mean,
wow,
2 more goals. But for a brilliant save, he would have had a hat-trick.
Yeah, it was. It was brilliant. The first one he made looked stupidly easy, didn't he? Which, of course, it wasn't. I mean, his run was great. And, once he gets into that stride, he's got that big, long, gangly. And he's so powerful, so quick. And the finish was just superb. And what a start he's made to the season. Yeah. I mean, he's a phenomenal goal scorer, isn't he?
Imagine having him up top in any side.
But I think the first half, I think I'm right in saying he touched it 7 times, of which one of those was a kick-off, and the other 2 were goals of the other 6. It's like, because he's not, I guess, I mean, I don't know whether he wants to be more involved or not, but he doesn't seem that bothered. It doesn't seem to affect him at all, that he doesn't play any part in the game. And then all of a sudden, he's like lightning, either getting onto that one, the first one he did, or the ball in for the header that he scored from as well. I mean, it is quite remarkable,
It's interesting, though, isn't it, Alan? You talk about that, because we were those players as well, in a sense. But what the shift in the tactics of football, and we've seen it with Harry Kane sometimes. I mean, Harry likes to drop deep, and he probably does get frustrated sometimes when he's not involved a lot. And he can drop deep, and he's a brilliant passer of the ball. He can do that as long as you've got people running past. That's fine. But I think the shift from having, say, 4-4-2, for example, against the systems now where there's generally 3 forwards, 2 wide-ish players, and 1 down the middle. So the difference is we have games where you don't get involved because sometimes your team's defending a lot and you stay up. But I know you went back more than me for set pieces, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what they don't do now, the 9s, they don't run into channels. Because that was part of our game, wasn't it? You had to do that because the wide men had to drop back to a degree midfield. You remember how many times the keeper would throw it out to the fullback, and you had to charge over in a defensive way, but also in an attacking way, because your fullback in the team get the ball. One of the 2 9s would have to make a run down the channel. So there's a lot of time you were getting the balls in those positions. They don't have to do that anymore. I mean, it would be heavenly, wouldn't it? Just having to stay within the width of the box, wait, occasionally play it off. Somebody knocks it into you, trying to spin behind. I mean, they can't be doing anything like the yardage that perhaps was covered in the old 4-4-2.
I guess that's why also, because there's been I sense the start of this season, there's more of a shift on starting to put crosses in. There's more of a shift of trying to look forward with passes, first of all, rather than pass. Because I'm convinced that that's why there's a lack of number 9s, particularly in our country, because over the last 10, 15 years, maybe because of the way kids have been training and the coaching that they've had, no one wants to play there because you very rarely get a touch. So I guess players are like, no, I don't want to play maybe out wide or in the middle or whatever because, no wonder there's no one wants to play centre forward as a kid anymore because they very rarely get touches because coaches have got all this philosophy, or did have, but I just sense a bit of a shift this season. Coaches for youngsters for the last 10 or 15 years have gone, pass from the keeper, pass to the side, to the fullback, pass into midfield. It goes back and you're thinking, fucking hell, as a forward, I'm not involved here. I'm never getting a touch. And I think, no wonder there's no centre forwards. But for the first time, I just get a sense this season that more crosses, more forward passes earlier than we have seen for a while.
Yeah, well, even look at the kickoffs now. They're just the
kickoffs
first thing they do. They either go
forward,
straight back and then they wallop it forward, or they kick it out, playing the corner flag like rugby
That's
game.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I remember when Graham Taylor first took over with England.
Got hammered for that.
He did exactly that. From the kickoff, I remember, who was it in midfield? Is it, can't quite remember, someone. And he was asked, in those days, you had to take the kickoff, had to go forward. So there'd be two of you on the stand. Yeah. Then it went back. And he had to wallop it out of play. And the whole crowd went, everyone's going, what's that?
Yeah.
But now
we are, guys.
All these amazing coaches are doing this, exactly that.
Same thing. Well, what we're seeing that. We're seeing more crosses and we're seeing long throws. Going in more long throws than we've seen for such a long time. I mean, it's like
the game goes
has been an incredible
circles.
Shift, hasn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, they'll think they're new things to come, and then you go back to the old things, and it's
exactly,
it's almost cyclical in a way. It's a bit like fashion, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, those circles goes around in circles.
Some of those suits we wore back in the day, I don't think they'll ever come back.
No, they're not coming back.
They'll never come back.
No.
Let's move on to Arsenal. Good start for them.
Very good, yeah. 1, 2 out of 2. The only English team, 2. Yeah, they're looking good, Arsenal. I mean, a great result at Newcastle, left it late last weekend. And then it was one of those nights last night where I was sort of flicking around into each game. But every time I sort of watched the Arsenal game, they were missing a massive chance. It was one of those where I was thinking, God, if they don't put a second one away, they're going to get punished. But such is their strength, and Saka comes on and he gets his goal. So, Arsenal, the big shift for Arsenal is who they're bringing on to go and either win the game or rescue the game or whatever. It's they're bringing quality players onto the football pitch now. So many options.
Squad's improved a lot, and I think
massively.
I think with Saka getting his goal, and he's getting back into his rhythm now. Here's a tip for you, Al, as a really experienced fantasy football league player, right?
Go on.
I think it's time to bring Saka in.
You've changed.
Yeah, I have. That's it. I wonder if Harry agrees with me. I don't know. I'll ask him. I'll ask him later.
I thought Gyökeres did well as well. You know, the way his goal, running in behind didn't get his goal, but just his running in behind. I mean, he set up the first one, didn't he, for Martinelli when he went behind, and he was rather a bit unlucky when he hit the post and it came out for a tap in. But the way he sort of smashed the centre half off, you know, with his body and great strength. And so I thought he looked a threat as well. So, Arsenal looking really good.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a break there and we'll discuss some of the other games when we come back. Welcome back to The Rest is Football with Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker. We're discussing the Champions League ties. It's mad, 6 English teams in the competition, so we'll cover those first, of course. Liverpool, a bit of a stutter. We said, didn't we, that even when they'd won the first few games of the season, that they were winning them in the last minute. And we were saying, and I was saying in particular, I think that's a good thing. It can't be a bad thing. But they definitely haven't found their rhythm this season. They've had to change slightly, haven't they, with Wirtz coming in and the way they're doing. They don't seem to have discovered a way of playing yet that is as strong as it was last season.
No, definitely. I did the game, guys. I was in Istanbul.
Atmosphere there is amazing, isn't it?
Brilliant. It was absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere, I mean, their passion and love for football in Istanbul is like off the charts, amazing. So it was brilliant to be in the stadium. Really interesting sort of setup that Arne Slot had chosen to go with. He'd chosen Frimpong on the right of a front three. And he'd put Szoboszlai as right back. And he had the other right back, Conor Bradley, on the bench, and also left Mo Salah out.
Yeah, that was interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they have got a heavy load with the games, but it was.
But Champions League,
it was strange. I know it was always going to be a very difficult game going there because of who and what they are. I know Galatasaray got thumped in the first game 5-1, but yeah, it was always going to be a very tough game there because what they bring to the table. And Liverpool were miles off it. You know, they started slow. They just didn't find their rhythm. And whatever they were trying wasn't working. It didn't work with Frimpong on the right of a three. Yeah, they were slow. They had lacked energy. Wirtz was really poor again. And whether he likes it or not, a lot of the focus is going to be on him because of, through no fault of his own, what they paid for him. And they're looking for Liverpool to improve because they have changed. There's no doubt about it. They play with the two in and then him playing on as a 10. And it's not working. They can't find the right balance as yet. And defensively would be the biggest worry for me because they are all over the place defensively, particularly, I mean, they tried to play out from the back. They got caught. When they lose their ball, they are so open. And Van Dijk and both Konate, I mean, they were terrible the other night. They brought Kerkez in as well, and he seems to be struggling with the system as well. So it's not just in forward positions they haven't got the balance. He wants to go forward. That's a natural thing for him. That's his first thought. But when he goes forward, he leaves Van Dijk and Konate exposed. And they got done down that side, particularly his side, their left side, so many times. Szoboszlai give the penalty away. Osimhen. I mean, that's another one we spoke about earlier about centre forwards. You know when you look at the deals that have been done this summer in terms of centre forwards with Gyökeres, with Šeško, with Voltemade coming in, I was really surprised that no one took a punt on him. João Pedro going into Chelsea, Delap going into Chelsea. I was really surprised no one took a punt.
I need to apologise, by the way, to Victor Osimhen.
Why?
Because I remember I intimated that perhaps I heard a rumour that he goes missing sometimes, and I believe that is actually completely not the case. So, right. Victor, if you're listening, and I'm sorry about that. You shouldn't spout rumours on these things. So, my bad on that. My bad.
Whether it was anything to do with salary, whether it's agents' fees or whatever it was, I mean, they paid, I think, Galatasaray, they broke the record for him. I mean, they paid, 75 million euros, I think, for him, which is, 60 million quid? Yeah. When you think of the grand scheme of things, but what's being paid for other strikers, with his record, I mean, his record is fantastic. It really is, in terms of goals. So I was surprised.
I'll go back to the games. I saw him play against Leicester in the competition a few years ago in Europe, and he was exceptional in both. You know, because you really get a feel for someone when you're actually in a stadium, don't you, watching? And he's quick, he's tall, he's a good finisher, he's brilliant in the air. He's a hell of a player. So it is.
He's been out injured. He's been out injured, I think, for about a month, and he only played 6 minutes at the last weekend. So it was perhaps a bit of a surprise that he started him, but he definitely got the better of Konate and Van Dijk the other night.
Yeah, leaving Mo Salah out is in a Champions League game. He won't like that. Mo plays. No, Mo always plays. I mean, I know nowadays the amount of football they get, they have to rotate and stuff, but the big players like Mo and the superstars of the world always play. So it's a moment for Liverpool that I'm sure they'll sort themselves out, because he's clearly an excellent coach, and what he did last season was superb. But there is a moment sometimes, if you get your big name players and they get a little bit upset by things, it could go the wrong way. I don't think it will, but it could go the wrong way. But he has got things to sort out.
Yeah, and it's not just Florian Wirtz he's got to sort out. There are a lot of other things that are not.
The new signings have not settled in yet, have they?
No. I mean, we watched the Palace game, didn't we? And they were really poor. They got opened up. They should have been 4 or 5-0 down in the first half, but for the brilliance of Alisson, who incidentally got injured on Tuesday night and won't play at the weekend, Arne Slot said. So he came off. Mahmoud Dashvili came on. So Yeah, there's one or two causes for concern for Liverpool. I know they're still top of the league, so it's not a disaster, but there's definitely cause for concern with the last two performances. Well, actually, no, with all the performances this season, because they have scored late goals. It might have been papering over the cracks a bit, but the last two in particular, the last two defeats, that would be definitely a cause for concern.
Spurs came back well because, again, I'll go back to the point I made about Newcastle. The games against the so-called lesser teams, if you're playing against a team that's not one of the big boys, you need to win those games. Spurs didn't manage to get all 3 points away at Bodo Glimt, but they did come back from behind.
Yeah, again, though.
Showed a bit of character, but again, that's not ideal, not winning these matches.
No, they were 2-0 down, a couple of weeks ago against Brighton. Yeah. They were 1-0 down at the weekend, left it late to get the equaliser. 2-0 down again. So that would have to stop. But on the flip side, positive is that at least they have come back, and shown the right attitude. So that's certainly something to work with. But I think all in all, for Spurs and for Thomas Frank, it's been a positive start. A win and a draw in the Champions League, going well in the Premier League, but plenty of things to work on. Yeah.
That's about early days. One last game to talk about in terms of the English clubs. Chelsea beating Benfica, and I think obviously the story there was Jose coming back. There were a lot of lovely bits, weren't there, in interviews?
There was,
stuff. And there's a bit where the guy that's been at the club forever brought him some custard creams, which apparently his favourite biscuits. I do like a custard cream myself, actually. I do like custard cream. Seeing the old staff there. I mean, he's a charmer, Jose, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. There's no doubt. I, as the same as you, I saw all the bits on
socials,
on social media, him giving hugs to so many people, and the reaction to him coming back was brilliant, and rightly so, because they love him at Chelsea and for what he did, and he loves Chelsea. It'll never leave him, and it was great to hear him and see him at Stamford Bridge again, because he played a huge part in who and what Chelsea are, didn't he?
I think that's 3 games running where they've had a red card. I know this one was for 2 yellow card offences, so it's slightly different. But they need to keep an eye on that disciplinary side. Can't keep doing.
You can't keep that going. You can't keep that doing. You can't doing that. Yeah, but that was particularly after the little murmurings going on about Maresca under pressure.
Needed that.
That was an important win for Chelsea. Another big game at the weekend, though, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. But a big win for Maresca, particularly being against Mourinho as well, coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
Jose would have really wanted to get something out of that.
Desperate, wouldn't he? He would have been desperate to get something out. So that was a big win for him.
I was sitting in a restaurant after finishing filming yesterday and watched the game on my phone. PSG Barcelona, I wanted to watch last night. It was as anticipated. I thought there might be more goals than that. I thought Marcus did pretty well, did some nice things, really good assist. He made some substitutions and they seemed to get a bit lost, Barcelona. PSG had quite a few of their big stars missing. And Luis Enrique obviously going back to Barcelona. It's not the Camp Nou yet, but it was still playing the Olympic Stadium in Montjuic. So, but it was kind of end-to-end game, and in the end, that high line again.
I know, it was incredible, wasn't it? Last few minutes, wasn't it?
Last couple of minutes, and I mean, it's the way they play, and that's his philosophy, that you play that high, you push up, we win the ball high, and we'll back ourselves if. But it is amazing how they still don't drop at any point. It's
just at no point. I mean, even as the last couple of minutes, it's like incredibly high, and that's what done them last night. PSG broke that offside, and then little tap ball across for Gonzalo Ramos, wasn't it, that scored the winner? So. Yeah, it was a decent game every time I was flicking onto it, but it was with the players that PSG had missing, for them to go to Barcelona and win that game is a great result for them. Yeah,
it was a late winner in that one. I think Marcus has started well at Barcelona, because he's not, going to a club like that. He's getting a lot of football. People were saying he's not going to get a game, he's not playing. Obviously, you're always going to get little knocks and injuries to certain players, and he seems to be rotating quite a lot. But Marcus has started a lot of games in the Champions League now. That's of the 3 goals that Barcelona have scored. He's had he scored 2 of them and assisted the other one. Really good pass.
Brilliant pass.
Yeah, good start. I think encouraging. You can see they really like him. The way even at the weekend, his assist at the weekend was in the league and it was a corner, but all the players ran to him.
It's a good sign, though, isn't it? I guess
it's a really good sign. So you need that, particularly having experienced it myself. When you go abroad, you want to win everyone over, and it helps. It really, really does help. So I'm pleased. And talking about Marcus doing well, Rasmus Højlund, and I know De Bruyne was brilliant in the game as well yesterday, but Rasmus Højlund scores 2 goals. Everybody who's leaving Manchester United seems to be doing really well. So but it just shows you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. I heard Wayne Rooney actually the other day being very critical of the players at Man United, saying they're not doing enough, they're not trying. And I don't know. I just think when the club's in a turmoil, when it's a bit rotten, that I think this is the evidence that it's not necessarily just about players' attitudes and things like. We all know what it's like. We all want to do well. We all want to try as footballers. There's no one ever steps out on a football pitch without like total commitment. I mean, it's very, very rare that. And now the players.
Yeah, it's a tough environment to play in as Man United for the last few years, and clearly now it's a tough place to go out and play, and even more so now, I guess, with what's going on. And you hear the manager week in, week out. It's the same old this, and this, and nothing is changing. So yeah, it's a tough place to play at the minute. Is that ground, and the evidence suggests that, as you say, when anyone ever leaves, is that they go and do really, really well. I mean, McTominay, Højlund, Anthony, Rashford. I guess Sancho hasn't, but the majority of players that go out, and whether they leave permanently or whether they're on loan, they seem to go and shine, don't they?
Yeah. That's not a coincidence. It can't be. It really can't be. I want to finish today's with a little bit of a debate because Harry Kane, another 2 goals. I mean, he's scoring so many goals. He's got 17 goals in 9 games with 3 assists. Harry Kane played with Nicholas Jackson up front for the first time 2 nights ago. And it looked like Harry was playing more in the 10 role, which we had talked about in the first half, didn't I? That Kane can drop deep and you need players to run past him. But he's comfortably play in that 10 role. But he still managed to pop 2 goals in. I mean, his numbers are incredible. You've got Mbappe with 13 goals and 1 assist in 9 games. Haaland's got 11 goals and 1 assist in 8 games, and that's not counting international football, where he's banged in about. Alvarez has got 7 goals and 3 assists in 8 games.
Remember in your day, guys, when 1 and 2 was great?
Yeah, that's when the game was much more defensive. It was. People weren't playing out from the back and taking amazing risks. It was a kind of just a little bit more defensive-minded football then. So, 1 and 2 back then for the top strikers in the world would. If you got better than 1 and 2, things change, don't they? But it isn't, and there's way more penalties as well. Don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those numbers that you've just mentioned with those boys, I mean, they're off the charts, aren't they? I mean, spoke about Haaland and then Kane and Mbappe. I mean,
those 3. So, who's the best striker in the world at the moment? Then, come on, this is our area. We should know this, but I mean.
I think you also have to judge where they're playing, Gaz. I mean, in which league are they playing against? I mean, do you not think that? No.
Well, to be honest,
the standard of the league as well, the opposition as well.
No one scores more than a goal a game in the Premier League over a season. I mean, Haaland got as close as anyone, didn't he, a couple of years ago? But he was almost there. Whereas,
and all 3 of them are very different. I mean, Kane will drop deep. Kane won't mind dropping deep and turning and knocking those balls in. More often than not, you're not going to see Haaland doing that. No. We've just mentioned Haaland, is that he's quite happy to have as many or as least touches as possible, but you know that he'll stay alive and stay alert, and then when the touch comes along, more often than not, it'll be in the back of the net. So I guess I guess that's very, very different to what the other two. And Mbappe wants the ball at his feet. He wants the ball to run at defenders and go past defenders.
But he loves to spin that. He's learnt the number 9 role really quickly because he's always played on the left-hand side. He's been brilliant on playing up front, and the way he's turned, he gets offside occasionally, but that's fine. I don't mind that. And but I'd take Kane's a wonderful.
I think as an out-and-out goal scorer, if we're just looking at goals, that's it. I'd take Haaland.
Yeah, would you? Yeah. I suppose.
I mean, there's so many other things.
If you had to sign someone now, you'd obviously take Haaland over Kane because Kane's in his 30s and Haaland's in his mid-20s. Mbappe, I'd go on Mbappe over the.
Would you? Yeah.
He's just the all-round. I mean, he's unbelievable. He scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. I know, and lost.
Yeah.
And I know 2 of them were penalties, but you still got to knock him under pressure. But I just think he's something else. Because he can beat players with his incredible pace. He can. I think he can do it all. He can drop and he can play. He's turning into and he's new to this role. So I think he's going to get better and better. So I mean, they're all. Let me make this absolutely
whichever one you got, you'd be all right with them.
All 3 of them are unbelievable players, and I mean, Harry Kane, the way he's gone into life at Bayern Munich, and the amount of goals he scored, he's done a brilliant job. He's
fantastic,
and they're all top fellas as well, like all centre forwards are, Alan.
Yes, goals.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Let's call it a day there. We'll be back on Monday. Michael will be back then, as long as he's not getting more treatment on his back. We're the old ones here, Alan. He's the one having treatment on his back.
We're the ones that should have a bad back. We're carrying them every single week.
What a great way to finish. That's it. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Have a great weekend, everyone.